Here we go!
Hello, Flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
I'm Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow cross-stitch.
One stitch at a time. Today's Monday, February 26th. It's the last Monday in February.
Dun, 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 dun. I think that's far as much as I can get away with before Disney calls.
Yes, that would be very true. Okay, so what's even funnier is I just pulled open WTF weather forecast because it is currently 63 degrees on the last Monday in February here in Northeast Ohio. I like the warm weather, but I'm a little worried as to what this warm weather is going to do. But anyways, so as I was popping it open,
I'm getting temperature with flash.
Their little loading screen was a quote from Star Wars.
That's funny.
Which was really funny. I am getting weather whiplash too. The meteorologist on the 4 o'clock newscast, because it's like 4:30 right now, compared it to a ride at Cedar Point. They're not wrong, which is an amusement park.
Well, I compared it to Mother Nature headbanging, so.
Oh my gosh. I as much as I hate the cold and the winter and the snow, this is not right, and this is going to be problematic down the road. And that's how I feel about that. But I'm enjoying it right now. So, how was everybody's week last week? Ours was relatively good. Relatively good? No, ours was good.
Busy. And I got pissed off. I got a new webcam for myself because I've been using my cell phone and, well, this is not a small thing.
Yes. For his Twitch live stream when we live stream our YouTube.
And also, I wanted to get one that I could clip onto my laptop so that I could stream in the living room because, well, up until today, the basement was cold.
Yeah, the basement's cold.
So, I get it, and the thing literally disconnects and freezes every 2 minutes after you start it. Every time.
Which isn't good.
So I gotta try to find a new one. Dang it.
And I gotta figure out getting the one. We always go back to Amazon. Good times. Good times. So, relatively calm week last week, which I needed because life's been crazy. Life was like crazy for like 2 weeks. And like this week I've got a couple things going on, but not too much. So, there we go. Other than that, it's been a pretty basic week.
How's your weeks going?
Hopefully your week has been good. Yes, please comment below. They usually do. Why don't we, speaking of commenting below, why don't we shout out our commenters? So we'll start with the comments from last week's video. That's these 2 lines.
Okay. Andrea, June, David, Bridget, Janet, Teresa, Lynn, Angie, Tamara.
And those of you who joined us for our live on Saturday night.
Andrea, Angie, Bridget, Tamara. Sorry that kind of got cut short. I was having problems.
It was a very abrupt cut short, but somebody was not feeling well.
No.
So, apologies for that. You guys understand. But why don't we start with our whips?
One of these days, I'm actually going to buy a real whip.
No, you're not.
Want to bet?
Show the people your whip.
You're no fun.
No, I'm not.
Cranky lady. I don't have a cover photo.
Doesn't have a cover photo. Chaotic Stupid is not on alignment.
Yeah!
Look at that. You got some stitches in.
Yeah. The only problem is that these are really hard to mark on, so I just kept going. I didn't even care.
Yeah.
I gotta eventually count that up and figure out how many I need. So I don't, sit there and start stitching and go, oops, this is 5 times longer than it should be.
I might love your wife. I think I already have it written down on my paper. Let's start with my whips. Let's start with the Sal whip. Last week was...
Stitch along!
What was last week again? The mounds, the amugula, something I couldn't say mounds. Still can't say it. So, my Sal whip for last week, our daily 30. My stitch along was Tale as Old as Time. Here's where it started. And there is 306 stitches. Not quite done with this block. There's like this little bit of dark blue sky to do here.
We're getting close to the end.
We are getting close to the end. When I take this out to work on it again, I'm going to pull out the threads for this block. I'm just going to go ahead and get these threads out. Well, obviously I am, because we'll be done with that block.
Yeah, that ain't going for the prompt.
No, definitely not. And I only use this for myself, because 300 stitches is about all I can stand on stitching on this at a time. I have to admit, though, I have been jamming out getting 2 or 3 prompts out of a project and working on it for big chunks for multiple days.
You're welcome.
Yes. I forgot a bag. I'll be right back. I'm back. So, I pulled out something to stitch on that had a mammal and was something you would find on a hike. The reindeer is a mammal. And you would probably find pretty flowers on a hike and some trees. If you're a really ambitious hiker and you hike in some ambitious places, you might see a reindeer. I don't hike in those ambitious places.
Honey.
What?
There are people who own reindeer ranches, and you basically have to hike there to go pet the reindeer anyway. Because they live off the paved road. What the?
I don't know. So, 608 stitches on this.
Yep.
I finished the legs and worked on the antlers. I did figure out, because I was starting to work on the last color, the lightest color on the antlers, and I went, this just doesn't look right. So I went on the Cottage Garden Sampling website, because I knew there was a correction, something was wrong in the antlers. But considering the fact that I had already done a couple of the colors in the antlers twice, I wasn't going to deal with it and dress it until I knew it was a problem for me. Well, this is where the problem was. So the lightest colors in the antlers is charted wrong. It is charted as, I don't remember what it's charted as, what it's supposed to be. I can't tell you off the top of my head. So I did correct that.
Yay!
Yeah, it wasn't a big, huge drama for me, which made me happy. This is on a piece of 32 count. I don't think I have a name for it. Blue. Winter Woods, I guess? I don't know. I don't have
Mr. Blue? Mystery Blue?
I don't know. If you like it and you want me to dye you some, just say, hey, the one you're using for the reindeer. This is what people, this is legitimately what my friends do to me. They will either message me and say, I want a fabric like the one you're stitching such and such on, or they will send me a picture of a piece and say, I want a fabric similar to that. That is really how I do my dyeing. So, that's why I don't have a lot of fabric listed. That's why I don't really have fabric listed on the website. Because,
hey, honey, I thought of a good name for that one.
What?
The blue one!
The blue one.
There's an inside joke for that one.
I want a blue one, Daddy!
Fireworks.
Okay. Then I pulled out Victorian Way. This qualifies as my smallest whip. And here's where it started. I can pick this back in there. It's a good thing you guys are getting a look at a picture, not me shoving that back in there. This is just on the white 18 count kit fabric. And I did 1,277 stitches on this. So I had just a few back stitches left to finish her up. Everything else has been this gold house. This gold house here. And the people walking in front of it. So this is my smallest whip. This is also the whip. I decided it had the largest number of items in it because there was a lot of...
You're real smart, but...
I mean, yeah.
Just imagine how many leaves there are.
This is true. This is my B for the monthly because here in America, we call anything that carries a passenger that is pulled by a horse a buggy. And as if to prove my point, when I posted this, I was watching Expedition X on Discovery Channel. And they were on Mackinac Island, and there are no cars on Mackinac Island. It is all horse-drawn carriages. And the Expedition X guy called it a horse-drawn buggy.
Specifically, where I was from in Philadelphia, southern New Jersey, it was a horse and buggy.
Well, and most of us call it a horse and buggy in America because of the Amish buggy. Really, technically, I guess you would call this a carriage. But they are also interchangeable, I found out from Google. And also, the lady that's over here in front of this house, if you look at the cover photo, again, she's carrying an umbrella. So that was my U for the monthly. Speaking of the monthly, I have been so busy this month, I was miserably behind on the monthly. Miserably behind on the monthly. I think the B and the U were like 4 and 5. Yeah, were like 4 and 5 of my monthlies that I needed to get done. Of the 10. So, rather than pull out my not finished ornament for the ornament along, I focused on the monthly. So we used Victorian Way for a couple of them. This needs to get in its own light bag. And then I pulled out Porch Welcome by Diane Arthurs for Imaginating, which I got kitted up for my lovely friend Victoria. I pulled this out to work on it because there are words on it and words have letters. Yeah, I took the cheat on that. And also, it is 2 colors. 1 color for the cross stitch, 1 color for the back stitch. Also,
which actually, in all honesty, to me that means it's 1 color.
Yes.
Because I count the cross stitch. And the back stitch is always different anyway, so that doesn't matter if it's different color.
But let me tell you, getting this sucker into a hoop.
2 people!
So, this is stitched on, I believe it is 14 count.
Specifically, we're talking about these hoops.
Fiddler's cloth. Yes, it is 14 count fiddler's cloth, which, if you know about fiddler's cloth, it is a stiffer fabric. I have no objections to that because of because of the look of the fabric. It's got to be something with the fibers that make up the fiddler's cloth. But when I first started this, I was still stitching in hand, and it did hurt my hand with that crunchy fabric. Putting it in a hoop was quite entertaining. But
we got it!
We persevered.
I also figured out how the hoops are now assembled now.
Yes. And I did 999 stitches on this. I finished up Welcome. Did the whole of the butterfly, including its back stitch. And got and started Porch. Now, I have decided on this. So, on this, it is charted that these words here are all... you put that down. They're all backstitched and outlined. I am not doing that. I just don't find it necessary. I think it adds to the rusticness of it to not. And also, saves me time.
This thing's gonna need some ironing.
It will need a good iron when it gets done, but
also, this looks like a burlap sack.
Yes, it is Fiddler's Cloth, and it is DMC Ada, or DMC thread, which are all washable, so it can get wet, and it'll get ironed to press out those hoop marks. And I need to get a regular bag for this because this bag just doesn't work. Okay, so that was my week in stitching. I still have, Porch Welcome covered the E, one of the R's, and the A in the monthly. I'm almost done with the second R. I'm debating on how I want to deal with the Y because, nope, nope, it's covered no matter what we pick for this week. Okay, my focus today, tomorrow, will be finishing the monthly. Pipka's week is what we were given Friday. I guess we can go right into plans. I was going to hit haul because I lied to y'all last week. I did have haul. I should have showed you. But we'll hit into Pipka's week. It was supposed to be a 300-400 week. Carrie posted it as 100-200 week. I told Beth Ann when she mentioned it to me, don't say a damn word because I need it to be a 100-200 week. No, really. Sometimes it happens. We're all human, right? It doesn't matter how many stitches it is for the week. Really, it doesn't. Does it help me out because I will be able to get more prompts finished? Yeah. But does it really matter? So...
Yeah, I don't do the rules lawyer crap.
Yeah. Pipkas, by the way, are little rodent-like creatures.
Thank you, by the way. I was going to ask you what the frack that was.
I will get Carrie's picture. I will steal a picture from the internets.
Is it Asian by any chance?
I don't think so.
Would you like to know why?
Why?
No, wait, sorry, no. Sorry, no, I got the wrong part of the word. It's chew. In Japan, chew means mouse.
Hold on. We're going to go find it now because I want to know. Pitkas! Pitkas are a herbivorous mammal most closely related to rabbits. There are about 30 different species worldwide, all found to live in high-altitude mountainous regions of North America and Asia. Their most striking characteristic is their adorableness, as they are 6 to 8 inches with small rounded ears on a fluffy rounded body with no tail. It's cuteness overload. I will get a picture of it, and like I said, that you will have seen a picture of it. So, let us divulge into Pipka's week.
Okay.
Stitch on a project in any combination of grays, purples, blues, or greens. Now that can mean you can do all of your stitches in one of those colors. I happen to have a project that is in all shades of blue. That is Christmas in blue.
Okay, there's that one.
There's that one. I normally don't do the color-specific ones, but I can do that one this week. I also have a free pass that I can... Stamped heart? No. I'd have to do all of it in green. Wait.
By the way, you're going to be doing Christmas in blue a lot, so just stick with it.
I'm going to stick with Christmas in blue because Christmas in blue has Holy on it, and that covers my Y for the last monthly I have to finish. So, and Joe has just denoted it for every single project
That it can fit.
But the stamped heart succulent would also fit for these colors because the succulents are all shades of purple, blue, and greens. So it would have worked. What the what are you playing with, child?
This is actually, they included this for some reason with my laptop battery. This is actually what you use for taking apart a cell phone.
The squirrel train just roared the station, y'all.
No, the squirrel train just somehow buzzed the tower.
And as I'm sitting here thinking about it, hold please. Okay, we have returned. So, while we were doing that, I was looking at the list. Because I really, truly only have 3 projects left that I have not touched in this go-through of projects. Christmas in Blue is one of them. The second prompt is to stitch on something that has leaves, grass, or flowers on it.
By the way, you don't have to use holy for why.
Why?
Because it's Yule time.
Well, yeah, but I can use holy. This has leaves on it in multiple places.
Yes, you grab that.
It has several Y's on it.
But keep it alone, my Yule time.
Joe wants me to use Yuletide for my Y and not holy, so I will.
Because it works! You know
So, that will be Christmas in Blue. I'm going to be stitching a lot of Christmas in Blue this week.
Blue, 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 blue. I'm not changing my answer. That's all you're doing this week.
Stitch on something that depicts a mouth. While technically they're like kind of shadows, that angel clearly has that horn to her mouth. I'd say that's a good enough depiction of a mouth. Stitch on a project that is less than a year old. We started this for Christmas in July in 23. Stitch on a project that is discontinued. Now this is not discontinued, or...
I know it's
God bless you.
It's stuck.
It's stuck though. Or the materials were hard to acquire. And we all laughed when we read this on Friday Night Zoom because anything you really started in the last, between 2020 and pretty much mid-23, the materials were hard to acquire because supply chain issues. So, technically this fits because getting
guess what?
the Krynics and the beads for it were a bit of a pain in my ass. I actually had to wait quite a bit of time for them to come in from Witchell. What?
Technically, it's not as bad, but there's still a problem.
What?
Supply chain issues.
Well, yeah, that's not as bad, but yeah. So, technically getting my materials for this, because I ordered it all during the supply chain issue drama, was a bit of a challenge. So, it fits for everything I need to do this week. Next week could be kind of boring. My apologies. Not really. Alright, so that takes care of plans.
And this is what happens when you give me blue as an option.
I know, the trees are budding.
Because, in case anybody's wondering, my 2 favorite colors are blue and red. And what's your favorite color?
Pink and purple.
Mm-hmm.
Red's on the list too. I like a good red. So the haul that I missed showing you guys last week, we are doing... Medina Needlework Guild is doing the Secret Stitcher stuff again. This break of between our season, and I signed up for it, and for Valentine's Day my Secret Stitcher left a present in the mailbox, and I would just like to say that I am a very good Secret Stitcher recipient, because I got the email from the person coordinating it that said my Secret Stitcher was leaving a present in my mailbox, and promptly received a ring alarm that there was a person at my front door. I completely ignored the ring alert and did not look at it, because I'm like, I will know who it is. I don't know if they realize I have a ring or not, but it's fine. But they stitched me this cute little heart. Oh dear. It's washing out. You can't see it.
Hold on.
There we go. It's generating light off. This cute little heart that's alphabet. Now, I don't stitch alphabets, but I do think alphabets are cute. And I think this is a beautiful presentation of it as a heart with all the letters. She backed it with some beautiful heart fabric and some pearl trim.
Boop.
She also gave me a pair of socks that are adorable with little hearts on them. And so, that was my haul that I missed last So, do you have any plans other than stitching during our live stream Saturday?
Not stitching related. Trying to get my streaming up and running. Gotta get a new webcam. I'm gonna just get mad and just go Wednesday to flipping Walmart or something like that.
I don't even know. Does Walmart sell webcams anymore?
I don't know. I was going to check. Because the thing is, like, all the places that I would go to get this are no longer anywhere I know of. Actually, I think there might be some on my way home. I think there's actually a Best Buy on my way home.
There's the cat wants attention.
Yep.
Well, we've talked my plans.
Yeah, those are my plans. So, I gotta get. I'm trying to. I got a bonus at work. Not gonna tell you how much. It wasn't enough to. Oh my god! But it was enough to play with.
I'm not gonna tell you how much it was.
But it was enough to get some
things
toys
that we wanted.
And I basically now own Final Fantasy 1 through 12, not counting 11 because that's an MMORPG.
And you want to stream those?
Yup. I own 13, 1, and 2, but I don't own them for the PC.
You're getting yelled at.
Though technically, if I get a capture card, I can actually play those from the Xbox.
Well, there you go. I'm getting yelled at. He has 4 legs. He goes meow.
Anything else, dear?
That's it. So why don't we do the spiel?
Okay, please like, comment, subscribe, bell notification, dingy bobby, the whole YouTube spiel.
Thank you so much for joining us today. And join us on Saturday night for our live stream, our live stitch with us. We'll stitch, we'll chat, do all kinds of crazy.
Yep.
We hope you were entertained.
Are you entertained? Comment below.
I think we've made that joke several times now.
I will never not make that joke.
I mean, it's an appropriate joke. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.